When you go online and you're ready for your next reptile and you order one from emeraldscales.com or any website, I won't judge too much, oftentimes you'll have a few different ways to get that animal to you. There's local pickup and there's shipping, but there's two ways to get it shipped to you. First off, with local pickup, obviously you gotta be near the location and they have to allow you to do that local pickup. For me, I can't do that because I work outside my house and it would be kind of a security issue. But for others, you're simply gonna be too far. California is one of the most common places I ship, and I'm in North Carolina, so that's kind of a long drive, which is why most people are gonna pick shipping to your home. But there is a third option that many people don't know about, which is getting it shipped to your local shipping hub. With me, I use FedEx. I think most people use FedEx, but basically, the animal, instead of going straight onto your doorstep, it goes to your nearest hub, say FedEx, that you can then go drive to and pick the animal up from. Now, in reality, the far majority of animals I ship do go straight to people's houses, get dropped on their porch, and almost always are completely fine. However, there are those select few times where I highly recommend to people that they should not get the animal shipped to their house, and I'll cover the reasons as to why you might want to do that as well. Also, I just happen to have an animal here that I picked up from my local hub that I gotta open, so I'll do that shortly. First off, there's weather. Reptiles in insulated boxes like this, they're pretty safe. The insulation does a very good job of keeping them at a good temperature, and you can add a heat or cool pack as the deliverer that lasts a couple days. So even if the animal somehow got stuck, so it's not in shipment for 1 day, but maybe 2 or 3 days, if it's too cold outside, the heat pack will keep it nice and toasty. If it's too hot, the cool pack will do the same, and most of the time it's fine. But there are some of those climates that are just so hot or so cold that they're past that threshold of being able to comfortably ship during those temperatures. So for example, say it's like over 85 degrees Fahrenheit or under 40 degrees. There's a few times that I have pushed it before and it was okay in the past, but nowadays I don't push it as much, and basically if it's between 40 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, it can go to your porch no problem. But if it's cooler or hotter than this and the weather is never gonna get better, it's gonna be like this for months. Think maybe Arizona or Illinois. Those are the ones where it's oftentimes the hottest and the coldest. It might be a good idea to get it shipped to the FedEx hub, because even though not every FedEx hub will have like a nice climate controlled room for the package to sit, it's normally gonna be better than it sitting on your porch where the sun could directly be cooking it or the snow could literally be like falling and soaking into the box. But most of the time, I just wait till the weather is an okay and safe temperature because you don't want to risk it. Before we get to the second reason I'll work on this box, which is, I forgot the second reason. Oh, if you are susceptible to being porch pirated, package thefted. Basically, if your packages have been stolen in the past, you probably don't want to risk it with your reptile. Shipping it to your local hub is going to make it very unlikely for it to be stolen. It'll literally have to be stolen like off a truck or something. Basically, things don't really get stolen while they're in transit. They just get stolen when they hit the porch. Maybe a car is following behind the FedEx truck and just popping those packages into their car. It's gonna be a little awkward if they end up grabbing one of these bad boys and throwing it in their truck and trying to steal it when they realize that it's a lizard or a snake or something. So when I've shipped animals, I've never had any of them stolen, luckily. However, there have been people that realize, okay, normally my packages get stolen. Is there something else you can do to avoid this? And I'm like, yeah, let's just ship it to the hub. And then they go to the hub, they show the tracking ID and their name, and you're good to go. It's not gonna be stolen, which is kind of cool. So this one actually doesn't have a heat or cool pack, just because the weather is pretty much just right. It's a blue-tongued skink, so it's very gross. Ew. The third reason you might want to do so is if FedEx oftentimes has trouble getting to your house or your location. So say you have a gated community and maybe FedEx oftentimes can't get into it and they just end up bringing the box back or returning it to the sender. It smells really bad. Oh, gross. So, or maybe you're in a locked building that FedEx oftentimes has trouble getting into, or if your apartment building is kind of strict about it, or if packages again end up lost or stolen in your apartment building. It's a blue-tongued skink. The bag was gross, but he's fine. Yeah, he was shipped to my hub and I just picked him up. I just thought I'd throw him in there. Blue-tongued skink. His toe is kind of falling off, but unrelated. Okay, I'll deal with the skink later. He's just gonna chill right here. So yeah, if you just are worried that FedEx might not be able to get there and maybe they'll get a little lazy and be like, I'm not delivering this, I'm just returning it back to the sender, or I'm dropping it off at the hub anyway, you might just want to do the hub to begin. Or if you simply have other delivery issues, and basically with any patterns that you might have in regards to packages not arriving or whatever, just assume the worst for when your animal's going to arrive. So maybe you oftentimes get your neighbor's packages, or your neighbor gets yours a lot because the houses look similar, the numbers aren't clear, whatever. Either maybe notify your neighbor like, hey, I'm getting this important package. If it shows up again, please get it to me ASAP. Or you could just not get it shipped to your house. One of the other biggest reasons is FedEx. Normally the package gets there by about 10:30 to 11 a.m. They only deliver weekdays for overnight deliveries. So if you work every day and you cannot get a day off, because many people will just take either a sick day or a vacation day to take delivery of their animal. Maybe you went on some crazy vacation and you ran out of vacation days, or you just have to be at work every single day and no other adults will be home at the house because they might not deliver it to a child. And are you really gonna trust your child with an animal arriving? I don't know. It's up to you, that's your choice. But basically, if nobody's gonna be home, you can basically just have it go to the hub and then you can get it after work. I wouldn't want to leave the animal at the hub for too long, but I normally pick them up in the afternoon when they get there in the morning. And my local FedEx knows if they see that white and green box, oh, it's that weird guy with the reptiles, let's put him aside for him. And they are always very careful with it. But your local hub might not do that. So you should still try and get there quickly. But if you can't be at home, the moment the package arrives, it's a good idea. And even say you take like an early lunch break or something and you're able to get just a few hours from say 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and you're like, all right, I can be home for this 2-hour period. There are cases where the animals still don't arrive in this time period. Rarely, but sometimes animals will get there at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., or even 3 or 4 p.m. if they have a ton of packages, if there's been like traffic, because they're gonna have to deal with the same traffic that we do. Pretty much anything where they don't get there during that time slot you allotted, they're still gonna deliver it after you have to leave. So even if you are available, you might just wanna go ahead and have it go to the hub, so then you get notified when it gets there. And you're like, all right, it's there, I have time before I have to go back to work or school or whatever. And then if you don't, you can pick it up after the fact. So yeah, I would not recommend leaving it at the hub for too long. However, there's been a few times where say someone sends me an animal and FedEx's tracking is pretty good with me, but there have been those handful of packages where the tracking number never updates. They're either having problems with their site or something wrong with that specific package. I'm still not really sure, but there have been times where I get no notifications that a package has been shipped, and the people that send it don't tell me. They don't email me saying anything. They just assume the tracking updated for me. So there's been a few animals that have literally sat there for days because I had no idea they were there. And every single time, they've actually been fine. This has never caused an issue, and it's very impressive, but I still don't want the reptiles to be in a box for that long. Just my point in mentioning that is the hubs, for me, have been very safe, and it's generally a better idea if you're worried about the weather, about it getting stolen, about your building being locked or having a gated community, if you won't be home, or if you'll just have a very short period of time to be home, and pretty much any other concern. You can alleviate a lot of it by asking the sender to ship it to your local hub. You can also just communicate with them. If you're buying from me, you can definitely just ask. List your concerns and I can help evaluate whether it's gonna be a concern or not. Almost always, I just ship to the address and it's almost always perfect. But I thought I'd throw this out here because there's not a ton of information on shipping animals and getting them delivered and stuff. So I wanted to do a few more videos on the topic. This skink he's cool, he's chill. He's probably happy to be out of the box. And he arrived safely. So yeah, that's good to see. If you want to see some other shipping related videos, I'm just going to make a playlist all about it because I have a lot of ones I want to cover and I've already done a handful. But that'll be it for this video. So I'm Alex. Thanks for watching.